week 4, day 2nd in Unified 2025 English workshop. So we are learning the universal truth. We are receiving the messages from our higher self to do or to live a full life of happiness, abundance, to revive our thoughts, our action, those messages, which is a universal truth, but very important in our day-to-day life at this point of time. So this is a wonderful lesson. As we are progressing, we are going to practice this. But I see new masters are still joining the workshop. So you are most welcome to continue with the flow and do your own practice in your own time, starting from the introduction of this session. It is very important to understand the flow and what we are going to do, which is there in the introduction part, and then do the practice as guided by Babaji in this book. So the first week practice is common for all 24 weeks. Second is the initial foundation of our communication with our higher self. Third, we are protecting, safeguarding ourselves in these communication. Fourth, we are going to receive the universal truth from our higher self. So when this lower self or just the physical identification of our existence works on basis of just do things, get it done, and when there is a higher self coming together, the same experience changes fully. We start acting like a whole human being as we have been created in the image of God. So let us go into the meditation. First, we'll go through the practice and then we'll talk more about it. All right. So just sit comfortably. Make yourself fully available for next 40-45 minutes. Cross your legs, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, hands in your lap, and gently close your eyes. With a slow, long, deep breath in and out. On your own pace, just become aware of your breath. And your body. Becoming one. No wandering thoughts. Presence of our thought, our breath, this body, here in this moment. Inhale through your nose, long, slow, deep. You can exhale from mouth or nose, long, slow, deep. Just like a mother soothes the baby in her arms. Make yourself feel that comfortable, because we are all guided by our higher self. We don't have to worry about anything. That all-knowing intelligence is present everywhere. We are just connecting with that. We are just connecting with what we have forgotten. Breathe deep, slow. Inhale and exhale. Fully, consciously. Inhale deeply, nose to head. Come down to neck and shoulders. Feel breath in your arms, front and back, chest to abdomen, upper back, mid back, lower back, fully expanded. And exhale. Realign your posture to be more comfortable. One more slow, long, deep breath in from head to toe, relaxing every joint, every muscle. Let go of all the thoughts you might be lingering here from the day or the upcoming day. Right here, right now, we are going to experience what we are, who we are. Breathe in to receive. Breathe out to make some more room to receive more. Every breath is important. To be here in this moment and take this breath in any corner of this body, in your fingertips, to your toes, to the joints, to any knots, to any pain, with full love. Repeat these affirmations as I say, with feelings. Take pauses as you feel like. I am made in the image of God. And all the God qualities are mine. These words has powers. Power of love, power of the trust. Repeat again. I am made in the image of God. Feel it. Take your awareness to your heart center. And all the God qualities are mine. God is love. So I am love. Let this love pulsate in the heart space. Let this love flow in the entire body, just like the blood is rushing through. That love is present in the alignment of every cell, every tissue, every joint, in our thought. This life is not about all our issues. This life is all about knowing the existence of that divine which is resting in everything, everywhere. And that is what Babaji is trying to tell us, to see that all knowing intelligence in the entire creation and in yourself. Let us connect with Babaji with this love filled heart, with gratitude to receive the guidance, let us clear our aura. I close my aura to all, except my higher self. To all uninvited influences in my aura, I send love and light. Each one of you are whole and healed. Each one of you are made in love and light. And you are still love and light. Each of you don't feel any pain now. No need to be fearful or afraid. Each one of you have a perfect place to go. And I request my higher self, take name, to take you there now. Each one of you go in peace. Set you free. I let you all go. There's a beautiful world around. Come back to your breath. Let the thoughts come and go. Let us unify with God. The love that we are feeling is God's love. With which we are connected with everything, everybody in this entire creation. We breathe in love and we breathe out love. We become what we receive, we return what we have. God is light. I am light. The whole entire universe is the light of God. What we can see, what we can perceive, what makes us feel comfortable. And we carry that light within us. Wherever we go, you feel yourself wandering with thought, come back to your breath and feel it in your heart center. Feel the soothing breeze, making you more comfortable. Comfort is only in our heart space, where the truth exists. God is truth. I am truth. God is all knowing intelligence. I am all knowing intelligence. The one who created what we see knows all about it. And He has put the seed in each and everything. Of that divine intelligence in this whole creation. And everything is acting, existing. In this divine intelligence. But we have been making things complex. And we are feeling it difficult to understand. The basis of all creation, our own existence, who we are, why we are here. Let us receive the signal from our higher self. My beautiful higher self, take name. Please give me your signal now. As we breathe in, breathe out, we rest in our heart space, seeing everything, just observing what comes in, what goes out. With every word, with every line, how we feel. We are fully aware and alert. As the signal is there, we are ready to communicate with our higher self. In this silence, just affirm that I am ready to receive the universal truth from my higher self. Stay aware and alert and listen. Watch all your thoughts. Have all the feelings. You may speak out. What's going on? I am receptive. I am open to receive. We are like an iceberg in the ocean, familiar with only the tip of an iceberg. But what is beneath the water? We are totally unaware. Which is giving us the foundation. And we are communicating with that part which is hidden beneath. We are communicating with ourselves, our complete wisdom, unconditional love and acceptance, this existence of mine in this body, in this lifetime, just the way I look, just the way I am. I hear myself completely, everything about me. And now I know that I am made in the image of God. all the God qualities are mine. God is love. I am love. God is all knowing intelligence. I am all knowing intelligence. And I receive the guidance from that intelligence. My higher self, please give me my message, the universal truth. Rest and relax. It will come to you. Start speaking all your thoughts. Start trusting yourself. Start affirming, yes, I am receiving my messages. Listen carefully. All your thoughts. Feel the signal of the higher self, the presence. As we receive the message, we feel the breeze of love and trust. Keep it for yourself. Thanking, acknowledging the higher self. Now send love to any situation, anybody you might have thought of. I am love and I send love. Feel that the love that we are sending is vibrating in our heart space. And the person, the situation is reviving, is feeling that love, is being healed, is in the joy, is in happiness. Let us thank our higher self for the guidance today. I thank my higher self, take name, for the messages, for the signal, for the guidance, for that unconditional love. Take a slow, long, deep breath in and out, finding yourself back in the space where we were sitting, feeling the legs, the foot, the hands, the palms, the fingers. Breathe in, breathe out, relax. Feel happy about the conversation, the communication that we got. Let us thank Babaji for this beautiful exercise, for making us find the channel, the station of our higher self, from where we receive the truth. We receive that all that we want to know. From where we receive unconditional love is our higher self. And we all can hear it. We all can know about it. It's all about us. Last 30 seconds. Now, slowly, gently open both the palms and put it over your closed eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. You may open your eyes, come back, drink some water. Feel relaxed and happy about the time that we spent with ourselves was fully reviving us. All the thought, all that situation, event, and people, we find them in our thoughts during meditation. It's the easy way, just let them go. Send love, and let them go. So, with this beautiful practice, I hope you would have read the chapter. The chapter reading is very important because when we read, we have questions, we have doubts, and because these are the biggest truth I have ever read in anywhere. Um, so I would like you to ask those questions. Um, so before that, just I would summarize a little bit about the paragraph that uh, you are made in the image of God, and the perfection you are love, right? You are all knowing, you are perfect. You just need to act as one whole human being. And that all knowing feeling, it doesn't give us that ego, that proud. It gives us the satisfaction, the confidence of doing things in a different way. And we have a bigger existence. We have this perception of doing mistakes. It's okay, hota hai, chalta hai. But it's not like that. We have the all knowing intelligence with which we can act with complete perfection. The result that comes with any act, we judge it by, success or failure, but it is all about the experience, which is free of all the judgment. What we learn from that situation is the most important thing. So, when we start working with anything, we start with that trust that, okay, yes, I can do it. And I have all that information, all that knowledge that is needed for this work. That trust is there. And we start with complete love. The source of that act is love. So now in this quiet period, we are affirming, and the bedtime practices, we can make it more powerful by reaffirming that I am all-knowing intelligence. God is all-knowing intelligence. And in our quiet period, just sit comfortably, unifying with God qualities. Um, so first, close your aura, clear your aura, so that the communication is beautiful, and then stay in that feeling of God's love, and then start affirming that yes, I am all-knowing intelligence. I am ready to receive my signal. I am ready to receive my message for today. So the universal truth that we are seeking um, will get from our higher self in form of thoughts, in form of vision, or uh, any song, or any way, the way we perceive it better easily. Okay, so initially we can start speaking those messages out so that we remember what all we said, and right after our practice we make a note of it, what we got. And then in the daytime, we can reflect upon it, what the message was and how it is beneficial. And the whole exercise, the purpose of this exercise is to know the channel, to know the station from where I receive the message of my higher self. How do I feel? How do I receive? How do I get? And then that message will help us in throughout the day. Somewhere we'll find, okay, this is what I got, and this is where I need to use it, and this is how I need to that go through that change. So again, the bedtime practices and the practices that we have to go when we go out, it is the same as what we did before. Just the signal is only one. The signal is only one. Just when you receive one, you acknowledge the signal. It will be same all the time. All right. So that is all from my end. I hand over to Shailesh and to all of you to raise hand, to ask question. I know it's holy and we are all celebrating. Just celebrate with love, joy, and have a wonderful, happy Holi. Thank you, Masters.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Geeta ji, you can unmute. Yeah.
Ji, happy Holi to everyone and Atmavandan. Thank you, Preeti ji, for so beautiful meditation. Mm, so I asked the question in the English group also, but the reason for asking that question was like centering. My question was about centering in the heart and if the practice is same, like centering in the heart and unifying with the God's qualities. So the reason why I asked was like. Um, when I center in the heart for the first time, like pay attention to the heart pulsation, then I'm not able to notice that more. But when I start unifying with God qualities, love, and all those qualities, then I feel it more. So that's why, like, I had this doubt. So is that still okay? Like, as long as I'm at the heart space, when going over all qualities and relating it to, like, in my life, where love comes from, and you know and then feeling those pulsations. So is that also right?
Both these exercises we have done, right? We did
Yeah.
in week one, we learned to center in the heart. And then in week two, we did this exercise of associating with the qualities of God. These are two separate activities. They both help us in progressing in our stability in our heart center. Recognize the exercise for associating ourselves with the qualities of the God. Each of these is going to be a recurring theme throughout this course. So, for example, in week 4, we are focusing on the God quality, which is God is perfect, I am perfect. I am all knowing. God is all knowing and I am all knowing. So that is one quality we are focusing on in week 4. Like that, we will be focusing on different qualities of God in every week, right?
Yes, sir.
But centering in the heart is the basis. That's where you start your work.
Angita ji, you're perfectly right. This God qualities will make you feel more love. So
Yeah.
initially, when you pay attention, you might not feel love, but eventually you will be there that, when you bring your awareness there, you will feel love. So this is perfectly fine. In the chapter, if you read the chapter number 1, it says you remind the God qualities and you will feel the love pulsation in your heart. You may feel the love pulsation.
Yeah, I'm feeling only then, like initially when trying to centering in the heart, just like focusing my attention on the heart space, then I don't feel that much. But as soon as I start
That's
remembering,
good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
I start feeling that more, like noticeable.
yeah, definitely. That's
Okay.
why these affirmations are, right? So what we say, we feel. If we say anything in anger, we feel the anger more, right? If you say hateful word, we feel disgusting. So we are saying these highly powerful words, full of love, that unconditional love, that is the truth. So we will feel it if we value our words. These are most powerful words, I would say, sacred
And
word.
thank you, Priti. And for the name also and for the message also, that I'm still not able to get, because as I discussed before also, it's the same problem. But signal I'm continuously getting. I think it's because signal is physical, more physical, so I'm able to feel it. But I think the name and the message, because it's in the thoughts, so I have difficulty there. Like I I think might be getting. In fact, I am getting, but I'm not able to. When I start paying attention, like, okay, now name will come or message will come. I think then I start paying more attention to thoughts, and thoughts stop coming. Like, I lose track of. I am so closely paying attention that then they stop coming. So I guess, yeah, that might take time,
Just
but
keep practicing.
yeah,
Practice
yeah,
more. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It is happening. You just have to identify
yeah,
and leave that what you are not getting. Don't say that, I'm not getting. You
yeah,
you will get it. You
yeah,
will get it in your own way. Then there
yeah.
you will
I'm thinking I must be getting, if I'm getting signal, but since it is physical and I'm able to recognize it easily, um, definitely these messages and names are coming. It's just that I'm not able to recognize, because as soon as I start looking into the thoughts, thinking, listening the thoughts, they stop coming. They might be
be
coming or
more
I.
gentle. Affirm that God is gentle. I am gentle. It's like mostly like that strict teacher still sits inside, and we feel judged, being judged, and we feel, that conscious um, about ourselves. So just be at ease and start accepting. That's what I said in the whole affirmation, that
Yeah,
I could feel that struggle in the group, and that's I had to do it twice, just to feel that, I'm comfortable, I'm at ease, whatever comes, it is for me. I'm happily listening, my all my complaints, all my judgment, and then all my good things, all my bad things, I don't care. I just listen.
yeah. Thank you, Pritesh. Thank you, Shalashi.
Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, Mamta ji. Please unmute.
Namaste, Ji. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. I have little doubts as to how are we, is there a proper way to follow? First, we cleanse and then we do the God's qualities and we ask for signal, or is there, it doesn't matter what steps we follow, um, because the first chapter talks about God's qualities, and I think this the last chapter or the few chapters after talks about cleansing. So I'm a little confused as to how do we start. Once we sit in meditation, we take deep breaths, come to an alignment, and then first we cleanse, then we bring the qualities and ask for signal, or it doesn't matter.
There is a
It
sequence. Okay, Shalishi, please go ahead.
For every week, there is a clearly defined practice in the chapter. We are progressing week by week. So you need to practice as described in the chapter. Okay. You can, in the first week, we practiced only centering in the heart. In the second week,
Right,
we added on to that God qualities, right? And in the third
right.
week, we added more onto that, right? And this is week four. In week four, we are adding the next level. So each week we are adding, and in that adding process, the sequence will change. So for the fourth week, for this week, if you read the chapter, the practices have been very clearly defined. The sequence is very clearly defined in the
Mamtaji, have
paragraph,
you
right?
been attending since beginning, from day one?
Not since beginning, G,
That's
but
why
I
this confusion is
I
there.
read the, yeah, but I read the, I just followed, started following this once I found out.
Uh-huh.
But I've read the chapters, and when we are doing meditation, it's a little different. So that's why I'm like, how do we, is there a
See,
flow that we
how I
follow?
guide today, I will tell you. But before that, I know that you are not, yeah, like you are a new participant. So, as you read the chapter, the preface is more important, where it says the book has to be practiced all 7 days, and that practice
Mhm.
is important. The book has to be read, reread, and contemplate. Okay. So the first week, as we said, we all know, it is centering in the heart, feeling the God qualities in chapter 1. Second week is knowing the higher self name. So we are establishing a communication with our own self, right? Third week is communicating with safeguard. So it is when we communicate, sometimes we have noises around, distractions around, so that we want to clarify. And then the fourth week, we are getting a message. So we established the communication, we cleared um, the channel, and then now we are going to receive the message, and this message is not about any prediction, no prophecies, right? So it is only about the universal truth. So if we get all sorts of thought like it is happening, this is what and not, with there we are putting that filter to find, identify what message was there which is important for me in that stream of thoughts. We are going to identify that one thought that is full of love, wisdom, that is guiding me, that is really needed.
Okay.
So, about the steps in one paragraph, as you read again, so because you are not reading it again, you are having this confusion. You have to read and reread to find the sequence. So it says, first sit
Okay.
comfortably, and then you clear your aura. So before we clear the aura, we close the aura, we clear the aura, and then we start communicating. So before
Okay.
that, when I clear my aura, I want to be in the state of love. Okay, so I bring the God qualities by saying that I am God. I have all the qualities of God, and then I start sending that love. I feel that love and start sending that love when I say I'm clearing my aura, and then you get the signal, and then you become one with the God again. Come to that state of comfort, because if we are too anxious, that if I directly say, okay, give me my message now, I might feel myself very anxious and very uncomfortable to receive the message. I don't know how it is going to
Mm.
come. A lot of the thoughts goes inside. So to come to the heart space, as Gita ji says, when I say these affirmation, I feel myself in my heart space. So that's when you reaffirm the God qualities, and then just say that, okay, now in this God qualities, God is all knowing intelligence. I am all knowing intelligence. Feel it, trust it, and then ask for the signal, ask for the message. Okay. So if you read that paragraph, you will find all this sequence there. And this is the
Okay.
concept, the theory behind it, that I added it to it. To it is more important to be at ease and put that message, receive it, listen all your thoughts, all the visions. You don't have to go in trance, very actively in aware state, just receive the message. You will get, everybody will get this.
In the chapter, in the week 4 chapter, paragraph 6 onwards, it is very beautifully and very clearly defined what you have to do step by step. Every
Okay.
paragraph. So, like there are 7, 8 paragraphs after that, that you will, paragraph number 6 onwards, start reading, steps are there. It's very clear, very simple. However, you will not understand some of those steps because you haven't done the previous ones. So if you have not done the centering in the heart, or if you haven't done the associating with God qualities, in week 3 we learned three things there, three safeguards. Those three safeguards, if you haven't done practice that, that is what will create confusion in your mind. And when we were doing week 4 reading, I explained also that there is a change in the sequence. This week onwards, there is a change in two things. One is the change in our quiet period practice, and the second change is that we must close our aura at the end of the quiet period practice. That's an addition. So, sequence is developing right now, it's evolving. As we are learning, the sequence of activities is evolving, and it will keep on changing. Um, Probably in fifth or sixth week, it's going to stabilize, then we will have standard steps, and then in between we will be doing different things.
I think next chapter
Yeah,
will complete the sequence.
right, right. Okay. I hope you got it right.
This
Yes,
might be
thank you
question
so
for
much.
many
Yes.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you,
yeah,
Mamtaji.
yeah. Good. Any more questions? Yeah, I'm expecting that all the new participants who are joining later in the course will have these kind of questions, and it's okay to ask these questions. There's nothing wrong. If you are confused somewhere, if you have a doubt, please do ask. We will try our best to explain. But a very important thing is you got to do it in the sequence in which the book is prescribing.
Yeah.
That is important.
Yes, come to the practice and just do it the way it is guided. And when you go back and go back through each and every, that episode that we have done, and go back to the chapter, read and reread every day. It's the same for
Yes.
everybody, including
Mhm.
us.
And one thing that all of you must be finding that there is nothing very difficult being asked from us to do, right? These are such simple things that we are being asked to do. The only thing, the only challenge here is that all these practices require us to be in the heart space. We are used to being in the mind all the time, right? That shift is actually creating all these things like I'm not getting this, I'm not getting that. It's because we are still consistently in the mind. We are used to being there. And through these practices, we are learning to shift from the mind or go beyond the mind and be in our heart space, right? So that part is going to be challenging for sure. However, what we are required to do is very simple, and it's not too much demand on our time or our day-to-day routine. Not a lot is being asked of us. So if we are able to do it, and the beautiful thing is we are asked to do practice, like keep doing one thing, they will tell you one thing, keep doing it throughout the day. Whenever you remember, just do this, right? Those are very simple things, and those things are going to give you immediate result also. You will begin like during the day, whenever you remember, just think, I am made in the image of God, God is love, and so I am love. When you feel that thing time and again, you begin to feel your heart, you begin to feel your heart space. So try doing those simple things, very simple things, like send love at bedtime, send love at bedtime, remember God qualities, right? Very simple steps, nothing
Even
very
when we meet with
difficult.
anybody, right? Anybody we are talking to. So
Mm.
that love we have to remind ourselves most of the time when we are like in impulse, that anger or that reaction mode. So remind that that's the time.
And ultimately, when you start doing these things, you will notice within you, you will notice that you are now slowing down. The end result will be that you will actually slow down. And slowing down is a very important part of our spiritual journey. Um, Going deeper into slowing down, you will understand that that slowing down thing is your mind releasing you. Mind is time. And because it is time, it is always in a hurry. It wants you to do something or the other and keep doing things. So when you start working with your mind, you start disciplining your mind and start remaining in your heart space, you will begin to slow down because you are going beyond the time now. Time is not going to be primary focus in your life then. Slowly and gradually, that's what will happen. And it doesn't mean that things will not happen. Your day to day requirements will still be met. You will still be able to do things, but now you won't be doing it in a hurry. You will be doing it very peacefully, calmly, and not making mistakes while doing it. So you will be so much more efficient. That's why in less time you will do much more. And so you will be slowing down. So understand this thing, that you will notice change in your day to day routine by doing these practices.
Even the way we speak.
Everything. Your thought process, the speed at rate at which your mind is flickering here and there constantly will begin to become much less. Thoughts will still be there, but your mind won't be jumping around. That is the stability we will start seeing in our day-to-day life. And the mind will become extremely powerful. Know that. You are going to become, because you are shutting down noises in the mind. So your mind will be powerful, your memory will be very sharp, and you will constantly release the sources of disease in your body. Those blocked energies will constantly be released. They will continue to be released, and you will become healthier overall. So those
So
are
what
the
we call
benefits of.
peace, right? What we call
Mhm.
peace, it is reflected then, right? With the words that we say and the things that we do. There's a
Slowing.
quietness. Yeah.
Pe- Slowing down will give you the feeling of peacefulness, because now there is no rush, no hurry, no stress. So you will feel peaceful.
And still you will find that you are achieving things, all that
Mm.
that you want to do.
Achieving will never stop. Yeah, that will continue. So it's not that this is not going to create any kind of impediment in your day-to-day living. In fact, it's going to improve your day-to-day living.
Whatever you are saying, Jyotiji is saying the same uh, uh, issues with her. So actually, you are progressing, Jyotiji.
Yeah, slowing down in terms of the normal people around us, the so-called normal people around us. Yes, in their terms, slowing down is abnormal because they are normal, right? We are used to a different normal, that normal of the mind, right? Get up in the morning, jump out of the bed, and go at the rate of 100 kilometers an hour, right? Till you come back to the bed. That's what we are used to. We consider that to be normal, right? And if somebody starts sitting down, shutting the eyes, slowing down, it becomes abnormal, right? And that's what you are feeling too, Jyotiji. But there is nothing abnormal about. Actually, now you are returning back to your true nature. You will begin to see. I'm sure you will begin to see the positive results of this. When your mind is peaceful, you will do the things so much better. Like unnecessary clashes will not be there, right? You won't be discussing or arguing about anything when you are peaceful in your mind. You will simply do the things and keep moving on. That will improve your efficiency so much more. So you will achieve much more in less time.
So for asking those who are asking for the steps, read the chapters. If you read the chapter
I
very
think, Anagaji, you haven't understood what I explained a little while ago. These steps are going to change every week. For every week, there is a separate practice. Initially, we are learning the steps of practice. So each week, we are learning a new step, and that
yeah, so she
sequence
is
is
asking for
changing.
the steps starting from day one. So every day, like every week, she's asking for the steps. What we are doing right now.
For every week steps, you have to go through that week's lesson.
Yeah.
There we
Read
have
the
explained the
chapter
steps
and
very clearly.
yeah, read the chapter and do the practice. There are sessions recorded on YouTube. Go through the recordings.
Yeah, go through the record, especially the recordings for English group. The recordings of Thursdays will be chapter reading for English. So Thursday recordings, please go through those. Those will be the ones where all steps are explained clearly.
And again, I would repeat that, that preface says how to use the book. And if we are missing on that, we cannot achieve what we are looking for. So
Yes.
it's all the
The
7 days
the
practice.
the other important thing I would like to recommend is that um, mind likes steps. Mind wants a sequence of things. In heart space, there is no sequence of anything, right? So these steps are required by the mind initially to become, um, I would say, educated in this area now. This is a new thing it's learning. So, in order to educate the mind, some steps are necessary, and that is why we are not doing too many steps. We are doing a little step every week, a little step every week. And then as we are practicing the basic steps, we are combining them into a practice for the next week. So in week 4 practice, we have embedded week 1, week 2, week 3, and new practices of week 4. So all those practices are embedded all together in week 4 practice.
That's why whoever is joining, we ask them to join with the current week and do your own practice starting from week 1.
And probably that may be creating also this confusion, Preeti, because in week 1 there is a separate practice in, and they are, if let's say they start in week 4, we are doing a practice, and they are saying in week 1 I am doing only this practice, week 4 I am doing this practice. Which one is right? What is the sequence? That's probably the reason for the question, and I fully understand that. But now at least I have explained how you must go and read the preface of the book for sure. You, and then you will understand how this book is structured. Every week builds onto previous week's learning. So in each week, we are using learnings of the previous weeks and adding on top of it now.
And it's a 24-week practice course.
Yeah, but this is not going to constantly keep adding also. At some stage, as I was saying a little while ago, maybe in next week or the week after, we are going to stabilize standard steps, and then there will be a part in between. There is a small portion which will vary week to week. But then practices, the steps will become standardized.
Yeah, but quickly we should be able to come to our heart space, and it's only possible not just by sitting for 15 minutes and an hour in the entire day, how we live, how we spend our time. It's more important.
Um, 15-minute audios also, she's saying, but we haven't made it for all the weeks, Kavita ji. We have only made those 15 minutes audios for only few weeks. That's, and whichever we made, we posted in the group only. But there are, on our channel, there are playlists for that. So if you, there are playlists for English practice and playlists for Hindi practice. Both playlists are there on the YouTube channel. There you will find these videos. I
Those are
will,
for these sessions only, but they are shortened in time.
yeah,
So
they are basically, those are short form of the practice, which like Preeti ji did today for during the meditation. So that short form of that practice is there in that 15-minute video, but I think we did it only for 2 weeks yet, or maybe 3 weeks.
3 weeks,
I'm
yeah.
not sure.
3 weeks we
Three
did.
weeks, yeah.
But anyhow, I mean, there's no shortcut. That is for, um, for
Yes.
later practices. There's no shortcut here. If we are looking for shortcut, no, we have to spend time, give time. And many people from their experience, they've said like it took 3 months to come to the heart center, to realize, to find to what it is, to feel, right? So do not rush. Just keep doing it as you are doing it now. The more you do, the more easier it is. The
Yeah.
communication
Rushing
easier.
is a rushing is our mind, under the control of which we have been living all our life. It runs. That is its characteristic. It keeps on pushing us against time. So that's what you are used to. So, like, you don't have patience to do a half an hour or 1 hour meditation, right? And so you want a 15 minute, and we have been trying to do that from our side, but that probably is not a good way to do it. Because if you continue to follow the mind, you will never be go to the heart. Remember that. We have to break through the rule of the mind. That is important understanding and learning. Once you break through that, then mind will become a tool which you will use for all your future needs. Yeah, Kavita ji is suggesting that they should do the practice. The newcomers should do previous week practices separately. Um, I'm not sure if because if they are going with the flow of the program together with, say, let's say week 4 program, every day during the day we are doing a 2 hour session. They are sitting for 2 hours in the session. Then it will be difficult for them to allocate another 2 hours for the previous weeks, and that because they are 4 weeks behind, that 3 weeks once they cover, right? So for 3 weeks they will have too much activity for them. But yeah, knowing is very important that this is what is creating the confusion.
No, but anyhow, if you want to continue the practice, at least the day we read the chapter, it is very important to understand, cover, and then there is no way, like we have joined late, so we have to cover that thing. So reading, and then adding that practice in your day-to-day life is the shortcut, I would say. Reminding God qualities not just in quiet period, but anytime, anywhere. It doesn't need any prerequisite.
And initially, you probably will feel a little confused, but as we move along, you will get used to several things. Initially, because the language that we use here itself is something new to people, right? And the words that we use, getting used to those words and the understanding the meaning of the words and so on will take little time, but don't be discouraged. You will slowly get used to it, and then eventually everything will fall in place at some point.
I'm receiving so many messages, and that too for self acceptance. I know many new participants are joining, but for self acceptance, the basic self acceptance of this physical self only. Who else can do for us? It's only us who have to accept things as it is. Otherwise, how would we sit in meditation? How would we feel good about ourselves? Who can help with that?
I'm going to help all of you. Don't worry. You will do. Yeah, every day I talk a little bit about it. Every day I talk a little bit about it. But it's at one point where that is, I think, in the 10th week, in week number 10, we will actually learn a formula to do self acceptance. And at that time, you will begin to, by that time, you will be ready with all the previous exercises to be able to understand that and to be able to execute it. Self acceptance. And that if you can do self acceptance in this lifetime, your future lifetimes will be very, very beautiful. Our only problem is self acceptance. We don't accept ourselves, right? And that is the root cause of all suffering as well. So, um, but it's definitely possible once you understand what are we actually trying to do in terms of self acceptance? What are we trying to accept? And for that, you have to understand what is good, what is bad. Your definitions of good and bad, your definitions of right and wrong are incorrect. They are not your definitions either. Those are definitions given to you by those who also do not know the correctness of definition. These are passed on from generations to generations to generations for thousands of years. Nobody has ever corrected them, nobody has ever challenged them. And that is the primary problem of self acceptance. And we will, but I will at least tell you for mental understanding itself. How do you understand it in your mind as to what is the reason for non acceptance and how we can work on it? Then it is up to you whether you want to use that knowledge or not. I will not be able to hold your hand there, but I can certainly give you the thought, right? Because everything, your understanding and my understanding, all our understanding is through thought only. The entire world that you see is only in your mind, it's in your thought. That is where we have to bring the change. And once you bring change there, you may be able to see the way. It is not difficult. I can assure you that it's not difficult once you agree to it. The problem in our case, in most of our cases, is we are driven by the mind. Mind will not accept it. So, I will absolutely clearly explain every aspect of it. Please don't worry about it. Everything I will explain to you what you are doing in this world. I will explain that to you also. And also that nothing is wrong, everything is correct. Wrong definition of good and bad that you have learned is also right. Isn't it funny? When it is right, then why is it not acceptable? Wow. Yeah, it's bit confusing right now, but we will get through it. Don't worry. We will go through all this learning as we develop our connection with our heart. Once you are in your heart space, it's so much easier for you to understand what I'm saying. Self-acceptance is the primary thing. So you will, all of you will do.
No, she's saying, one of the participants is saying that I'm feeling so bad about myself, I can't feel good. If I go to my feeling center, I can't feel good.
I will, uh, uh, if this participant is present, can I talk to the participant?
No, no, and I don't think she's here.
Yeah, she is here. Okay. Well, whenever she's here, I would like to talk to her, and then and there, I will get her to understand the problem. Right in the session, I'll be able to explain to them. But I will have to talk to them directly. Okay. Whoever has this problem, if there is someone here who has the same problem, please raise your hand and I want to talk to you. Everything is just a mental concept. Everything. Say for example, this person is saying, I don't feel anything good about myself, is again a mental concept only, right? In the mind, there is a thought created which has got got gotten root into the mind, and now it is embedded there. That thought about I am not good, right? And that understanding of that comes from, where does it come from? Once you start going into layer by layer, just opening up the layer, you will reach the root cause of that.
No, we come
And
to the understanding when we are tired of this thought. And because you said right in chapter 10 or somewhere, we have this self-acceptance chapter where it is written that I am good enough, I look beautiful, and all that affirmation is there. So, but for that, we have to come to that state that at least I'm ready to spend time with myself, with that patience.
right. But before that chapter, Babaji has certain other chapters before that, right? Chapter 6, very important one, which will lead to self acceptance.
Mhm.
So, week 6, we will be learning about forgiveness.
Yeah, so 10
Unless
weeks,
you have
right? So,
learned a
so that is 10 weeks far, right? So for that 10 weeks, we have to be ready, and
there's a
only we can be ready when we are tired of that thought itself, right? So today I'm not able to sit in the class, but before that I have to be ready to, to just get tired of that thought that, what can help me? What can take me out from this situation? So at least we need to give time. Anybody who is having any sort of challenge, any problem, any question, you will get your answer in this workshop. But for that, and that too will come with your own experience in your own words. But that for
yes,
that we have to come to the practice and with acceptance and surrenderance. That trust with the practice that okay, I'm going to do this practice. That commitment is needed.
yes. It is very important. Like step by step, those practices are designed in a beautiful way, such that once you have done the previous steps, the next step becomes so much easier. Say, for example, right now, if I take you through the step of self acceptance, you will not be able to understand anything. Why? Because you haven't done the previous understanding of previous steps that lead to self acceptance. That's why. So, going through those steps is very important. Okay. Taji is also writing, I feel bad about myself when I have bad feelings about any situation or about someone.
Same.
Yeah, that is normal. That is normal, right?
Even then,
Because
when we do
you
something
you
bad
have
or
a
wrong.
definition of bad. See, the root cause of this is that you have defined bad in your mind. There's a definition of bad, and that's what we will correct in sixth week. We will correct it. In
So
this
for now,
week,
we
what
have.
have we learned? Let's
Uh,
let's understand the depth of this week first. What have we learned in this week? I am perfect. I am all knowing, and to use that all knowing or that wisdom, I have to function like a full human, a complete human. That is written in this chapter, right? To be able to access that wisdom, I have to function like a full fledged human with all qualities of God. So, when I start living the life by accepting that I have all the qualities of God, then I start functioning as God, then I have access to my complete wisdom. And in my complete wisdom, I will know exactly what is bad or wrong, what is not right. All those things you will know in your wisdom. You have it. Today, you are functioning in the mind, which is a very limited mind. It has learned a few things and it keeps on repeating those few things all the time. This is wrong, this is wrong, this is bad. It has just learned few things, very limited thinking. And with that definition, it keeps beating all the things around you, everything with the same criteria.
but it comes with the likings and not likings of anybody, anything, right? Somebody said something and I don't like it, I feel bad. That's the sequence. And it's not like anybody is wrong and you are right, or you are wrong or anybody's right. It's not about that. It's about what we are
But like
carrying that moment.
liking or disliking something is again based on my definition of bad, right? If I find something is bad, I don't like it.
No, if somebody is poking your nose all the time, right? You don't feel like good.
Yeah,
Somebody stop tapping on your back all the time. You
yeah,
don't find it good.
yeah.
Right? So those
Yeah,
situations tells you
that is
that
part
okay,
of
this
my
person,
definition. That is
that's my
part of my
feeling.
definition of bad.
That's my feeling. It is coming from my feeling, right? But somebody is coming and hurting me all the time. Right? So that is from that we start defining, okay, I don't like this. How this person can do that to me. That leads to another thing that okay, and now I don't like that person. But the situation is in our hand. That trigger is within us.
We will
So
learn so much more.
for now, Babaji has
Yeah, right
given us
now we
that
are not.
tool.
Yeah, we are not ready for that yet.
Every
We
chapter,
will.
I
We
think,
will.
starting from chapter second, third, fourth, we are doing that sending love
Yeah.
is the only way to heal anything, any past, any future.
Yes.
And
So
when that inner,
the learning of this chapter primarily is that accept that you are not yet functioning as a complete human, right? And you have to do that to be able to access your own complete wisdom that you already have. You possess the wisdom, you're just not able to use it. So bring your awareness to that. That how can I do that? And that's it's everything is explained in the chapter. We can do it.
yeah, the slowly that inner alignment happens, that those persons from our life who is poking us, they go away. Because now I am comfortable in my space. Oh, that poking doesn't harm me. That doesn't bring any shift, any trigger in me. And that other person is not enjoying that. Okay, I'm doing this and he's not getting troubled. Why? Now he is tired of doing that and he falls away from the path. So
Yeah.
at least at the end, we are working on ourselves. We are in control.
They are feeding on our energy, right? Once they stop getting energy from us, they will go away. They are not getting their food from us anymore, right? That's what is happening. So when we stop reacting to triggers from others, then they go away. They will not, they don't want to waste their energy anymore.
That's good.
Yeah, that's simple.
Geeta ji, I'm still waiting
Anything else?
that you are not feeling bad about yourself anymore. You are doing good.
Feeling bad about myself is part of my definition of bad, right? And that definition, I can guarantee most of us have that definition not from within us. It's not our definition. It's a taught definition which is taught to us.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now we are learning a new thing so that old person is still sitting inside. That shift is happening. Give some time. It will recover, it will heal, it will get into its initial state.
Yeah. This is the purpose of practicing for 7 days is that it takes time. And especially in our initial part of this course, it takes much longer time because we are making a big shift within us from mind to the heart. And deep within this program, at some point, we will reach a stage where there will be marriage of, it's called royal wedding, marriage of the heart and mind. That will also happen. Slowly, we will reach that stage. So, this is our initial period. Accept it as it is.
Geeta ji.
Hmm.
Thank you, Preeti ji and Shailesh for explaining. So there is one another thing like where sometimes not seriously bad, but sometimes I feel like being fool. Let's say if I blabber out something, discussion is going on, or like googly ho jati hai type na.
Hmm.
so, so,
I
so
keep
after
doing it
that,
every day, don't you see? Googly.
I feel like, oh, how stupid it is. Like sometimes it become embarrassing also, and ki googly ho gayi type mein, and then also sometimes feel bad ki, oh my god, what I was saying, I was not present there. So this happens a lot. Like, oh my god, so many times it happens with me.
But with awareness,
Yeah,
that will go away. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
that only needs awareness.
there are
Let,
two parts to it, Geeta ji.
जी.
There are two parts to it.
Mhm.
One is you said something, and then the second part is you judged that. There are two things, right? First
Hmm.
thing that you said something, and then you judged your own saying. These are two things that are happening in what you just described,
Mhm.
right? Both of them need to be handled separately.
Okay.
Yeah. Judging yourself, and before judging, creating an opportunity to judge.
Like
So you,
it, like for others it is funny thing, but for me, like I feel embarrassed, like why did it, you need to, you should have listened it carefully, like the situation itself turned out into comedy, you know.
Hmm.
uh, but I feel like um, I laugh also, and but at the same time, I also feel how stupid you are. Like, you should
Hmm.
have listened carefully. Why did you jump in
See,
responding so quickly?
so yeah, so in your deep in the depth of your heart or your mind, there is a desire to call yourself stupid. And for that desire to be fulfilled, you create opportunity to do something stupid
I
and
think
then
that's
call yourself
comedy.
stupid. So
But I'm not.
it's your
But
internal desire that is being fulfilled by yourself.
I'm not doing that knowingly. In the
Yeah,
out of
exactly.
actions,
You are
it
not doing it knowing. I understand that. Yes, I know. But this is what we call as automated activities from the subconscious mind. Deep within your subconscious mind, there is that thing. And that how did it reach your subconscious mind? We will learn about it.
okay.
This is from the belief system that has been planted in your head by your circumstances, your situations. It is part of your belief system, which is sitting in your subconscious, right? So it is
Okay.
creating opportunities for you. Okay, you want to do it? Okay, here you go. It gives you opportunities and then you enjoy it from your subconscious, not in your conscious mind. In your conscious mind, you feel, oh my God, how bad this is. That is the effect,
Mm-hmm.
right? But um, once you are able to clear your subconscious of these beliefs, then you will be able to overcome it. And we are going to learn these steps to do it. There are very easy steps Babaji has taught how you can do all these things. Like, I used to think, how do I know what all is sitting there in my subconscious? Right? There is so much sitting there. How do I know? But
Yeah.
Babaji has given things. Through your higher self, you can access it. And you won't believe what kind of things come out of my own subconscious. I feel amazed. Then I can relate to why I am behaving like this so many times. Because from the subconscious, those things come out. And when they come out, I am surprised. Oh my God, I was sitting with this thought. And that is only thoughts only, nothing else, just thoughts.
Yeah.
So I have been with a certain thought in my subconscious, and that is resulting in my behavior in a certain way. And once that thing comes out, my behavior goes away. That's how it is connected.
Yes. Some
Right?
things I started real and um, making changes. Some things I already started realizing and making changes, especially like not suppressing anything which I don't like. Little bit is there improvement. Now I don't suppress and just keep quiet and bite my tongue. that that thing.
You are doing great, Geetaji. You see, this is what is like confronting. You might have
Yeah,
heard is the video on training your mind, right? So you
yeah,
are doing amazing, and you will see how quickly you will come out of all these situations because
yeah,
you are confronting now. You are seeing, you're seeing it right away. That too,
Yeah,
it's a
you are
very
actively
good.
doing it.
yeah.
Mm.
Very
Earlier,
good.
what I used to do, like at that moment, I would not speak, or I don't get the way person is saying something. I don't get the way, whether it's positive or negative. At that moment, I would not get it. But later on,
Hmm.
I kept thinking about the
That's
word.
mine.
Yeah, and then I would start thinking, oh my God, why did I listen to it? I should have said this, I should have said that, but that situation is gone now. I can't repeat that same circumstances, but I keep telling, okay, next time when it happens, I need to say this, and then again time also I forget, and then again overthinking, like this loop keeps going.
Perfect
Hmm.
example. You're giving perfect example how mind acts. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
but now I'm like, I remember, and now I don't hold myself. I try to be in that situation, listen carefully. I try my best, and then I understand the whole thing, what it is about. And then if it is not, if a bad feeling is coming and I'm not liking it, now I don't think that if it will hurt other people, or if it will be wrong to other people. Earlier, by thinking all these things, I was
Hmm.
holding a lot myself, even for the true things which I was true to myself. Even for those I was holding. But now I am like, no, if it's not feeling good to me, I will just say it.
You can
Otherwise,
you can relate your this experience with that experience where you said, "Don't beat the dead horse."
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
See
this I'm
why
doing
this
now.
experience created that experience, right?
Yeah,
So today you relieved yourself, you released yourself.
yeah,
Amazing experience today you're sharing. You know,
yeah,
so whenever that loops goes in, anything that goes in loop stuck,
yeah.
come to the heart space. I am made in the image of God. Bring this in confrontation.
Yeah, that I try to do. And like if I'm feeling negative during the day also, like I try to remove all influences
Yes,
and in
perfect.
those aura, those things I'm always doing.
There is a chapter called correction in thought, correcting your thoughts, right? Correcting your thoughts.
Hmm.
That
Yeah,
is
Hmm.
a week later.
Seventh, week
Seven.
7.
No,
Hmm.
acha, week seven. Okay. Correcting
yeah.
your thoughts.
I think another thing I explored myself is like scenes from the childhood. Like we have been taught, like, oh no, no, your actions should not hurt anyone, and किसी को बुरा ना लग जाए. Don't say those things. Those kind of things were very heavy on my head since from the childhood. And
Hmm.
yeah, so I'm realizing that because of that my personality changed, and I shut myself up. Even if someone is like bullying me, or someone is saying anything which is not true, I'm not able to talk back, because I feel, because that thing keep in my mind that I will hurt if I say something, if I will resist, or अगर मैं उल्टा बोलूंगी, तो I will hurt that person. So that thing was very deep rooted, that I am now coming to know.
Hmm. Yes. So, what you are calling as deep rooted is basically programmed subconscious mind. That's a
Yeah,
programming of subconscious mind. Now, you have what we are going to learn to do is change that program. That's what we are going to learn. This book is so powerful and beautiful that it very slowly and very lovingly makes us do things which are fundamentally different. Right? So we will be learning the techniques to do that. You will go through all that exercise and you will see how that changes.
Yeah, like I feel myself doubting also, like I'm not that heart person, I'm more mind person. And I feel doubt also, like I'm not always in the heart space, that is from the starting. But at the same time I'm seeing results also. So
You are doing so beautiful, you know.
Because-
You're bringing all these answers for all the masters, you know. I mean,
Hmm.
the moment you said something, right? The last experience you shared was about what?
was it about my office? Mostly I talk about my office only.
No, no, just now you said something. Um,
Yeah,
it
like
was such a powerful thing. I got stuck there.
yeah,
But amazing.
childhood, like because someone will,
Keeping other person in your head. Yeah, that has kept me long for long. But I
yeah,
realized it and I left every time when I'm meeting that person. Before only I'm thinking, okay, now what next he is going to say. I had to drop that person from my head, cut out that. So the easier way here it is, I found later on, imbibing the God qualities. But before I did it manually, like if I'm meeting somebody, I know that person very well. I know how that person is going to answer me back. So that fear was always there in my head, which I had to release manually. That bring myself here. I let that person go. I bring my desire, my state, my willingness, you know, my understanding, my addition, my support. So that ingredient I had to add, releasing that person, that fear of others from my mind. But here in Babaji, this is very easily said that you give yourself the God qualities. You don't identify yourself with Gita, who is wife of somebody, child of somebody, mother of somebody, or somebody. That self you have to bring out.
yeah, I'm bringing that out, and I'm thinking like I should not be dangerous for anyone.
When you are in heart space,
Since now I was
with God
emotional.
qualities, you cannot do anything other than what you are, who you are. So you are so beautifully, because this time I can see that, you know, whoever has left the course last time, they're coming with double power. No, I am going to do it. So that force I see in you.
Yeah. No, I'm
the
like,
one
even though I'm not like able to join or ask continuously, I try to ask in group whenever I can, and but I'm practicing every day, twice at least I try. One with the group, and in the evening without the group with the recording. So I'm doing that.
Yeah, but I just want you to understand that you said that you are a mind person. That is okay. We, irrespective of whether we are a mind person or a heart person, we all have the same existence. That big existence outside the mind, which we call as heart space. Irrespective of whether we recognize it or not, we have, right? That higher self exists for each one of us, right?
Yeah.
Whether we recognize it or not, right? So today you are in that state where you are not recognizing the higher self, right? Slow,
Yeah.
but you have now got the concept of higher self through the course.
Yes. Yes.
Slowly and gradually, you will start interacting with the higher self and then becoming pally with your higher self, and then you integrate with the higher self, right? It will happen gradually, right? So
Yeah.
then you will become a hard person eventually, right? So not recognizing doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It is
Yes.
there. You also have the same abilities. You also have the same existence, which we call as our higher self. All of us have the same. Yeah, Kirti, you wanted to add something to this? You can
Yes.
unmute.
I wanted to add something about my experience towards this.
Hmm.
Probably you can say it a different perspective to handle such situations.
Hmm.
I've been experiencing this recent days. What is happening if I
Hmm.
have some kind of conflict with someone? then what is happening is usually this is what will go on in our mind, all the drama. Why they said this, I should have said that. But instead, what is like what it is coming to me is, when that person is behaving towards me in a certain way, I'm just seeing how can I behave with them. Then in my mind, I'm behaving with all the love which I can give. Instead of whatever they're doing, I'm shifting the scenario there and behaving with love, handling with love. Though you're doing this, I'm doing this to you. And guess what? The situation drastically changed in front of me, and that person behaves so good with me. Here,
Hmm.
what others are behaving is what we are craving for. We are seeking that. That's the reason they are behaving. When you change that
Indeed.
scenario in your mind totally, that is what the result will be. So this is all our mind game, and we need to play it so good that it is in our control. That is I'm
Correct.
experiencing practically here. So I'm changing.
Right.
I'm saying that when someone is behaving bad or rude, you answered very bad to you, and you just want to give them on their face and couldn't, and later you realized. But when you realized, though they did that, how you are going to be with them, play that in your mind and see the situation so changes that they themselves will come lovingly to you.
You
Yeah,
are taking us 1 week ahead. So the
Ah,
forgiveness, that is what we are going to learn,
yes,
right?
yeah,
And it's
correct.
the same
And
example I gave before, that somebody's poking you, and then how to come out of it is with you. And the same
Mm.
example you are giving. So I think we have that
yeah,
going on here.
and in Gita ji's terms, now Gita ji is a mind person, Kirti is a heart person. So these are examples of how a heart person does things and how a mind person does things. This is the difference, right? For understanding.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
journey too. Like Kitty has been doing this and understood
Yes,
everything by, going hard on things. And we are sharing our experience. So the lesson drastically, it accelerates very fast. We become more aware. Okay, no, 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 this is what happening. Okay, this is what you need to do, in that way.
Yeah.
yeah. But
Thank
very nice, good,
you, Alexi
beautiful
and Kit.
solution by Kirti. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
Thank
you.
you all.
I'm learning a lot. This just now, I'm learning from here a lot. Yeah, I remember just now during the conversation. Oh, this has happened recently. So let me also add one point here. There's this perspective change.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Practical application of knowledge is what is important, right? Otherwise, there is no purpose of learning all this here if we don't
That's
use it
one
in
hour
our
is
day-to-day life,
that's
right?
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's not enough, right? So it has to go in our day-to-day practice. We'll
Mm.
fail sometimes. We'll see, okay, I couldn't do it. Okay, now bring it back. At least I'm aware
Mm.
today that okay, I missed it once. I will
Yeah,
get another
yeah.
opportunity, I'm sure.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
many times it
Yes,
happens
Anna.
with me, like one session I conclude and I have something to share. I keep it for next day, but I don't say it next day. It doesn't come
Mm.
that way because the day has changed, the people have changed. You might have your own experience, you might have learned the thing that I got to share with you. So I leave it. I don't hang on that things. Sometimes I'll even make note of it, but I don't say it. So it happens as we flow, with the current situation, with time.
Good.
Yeah, I wanted to say that
Yes.
I resonate with what Kirti ji said. I had the same situation some time back, and but then I didn't know that I was operating from the heart. I was expecting guests, and I had a problem with this the husband of the person, and I had labeled him that he's annoying and he's like this, and when he comes here, he's going to create all the drama. But I said, okay, let him behave the way he is. But if he's coming here, it is my duty to just be a good host and give him whatever he wants. He can behave the way, but my response will be different now. And I played the whole situation of those 2 3 days in my mind, and you won't believe it, he was a totally different person, and I did just the way I was, and those situations which normally arise didn't arise. And when he left also, after a week, I get a message, a huge gratitude message. And he also said, I've bought a gratitude journal and I'm going to start writing gratitude. That's because I had talked to him about gratitude. But I didn't say you should start or whatever. But he has started doing that, So I just related to it when Kirti ji said, this just happened 2 months.
Mm.
But that time I was not aware ki I was doing from the heart space or what. These are all the changes that I was already working on. So now it's at a bigger level and I'm aware that I'm doing it from this space. Yeah, thank you so much. That
Perfect. Excellent. Excellent. See how beautiful life becomes. Same very life, same very people. It's just a little change in our way we look at things or way we use our mind. Just that usage, if we change, life becomes beautiful. Nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Okay.
Such a
All right.
powerful session today. Yeah,
Hmm. Very good
our
discussion. Thank you
day-to-day
so
life practices. Yeah.
much. All right. So, shall we bring the session to a close now? If there are no more questions, we can all take a break and get together again tomorrow to do the third day of this week and complete this exercise tomorrow. Okay. Thank you, Masters. Thank you for being with us. And thank you for all your beautiful questions and experience sharing. It adds so much value to our learning.